So today I'm super excited to talk about Veronica Beard blazer sizing, and that's because I've wanted a Veronica Beard blazer for several months at this point, and it was only recently that they actually expanded their sizing past a size 14, and that is super great. I love size inclusivity, and I immediately just already started brainstorming ways to save up for one, because while they are not the same price as like a Balmain blazer, which is kind of what they're a dupe for, they are still around $500 to $700 at just kind of like the base price. Luckily, there have been some really good sales lately. In fact, the blazer I'm going to show you is currently on sale at Veronica Beard for under $200, and it is available in sizes from 0 to 14, all of the sizes, and then the same blazer is on sale at Neiman Marcus for under $300, but I'm sure you could probably get them to price match Veronica Beard, and that is available in some of the larger sizes, so I think 20, 22, 24, and then a couple of other smaller sizes. Okay, real quick before we get started, I make videos like this at least a couple times a month, and I do content about career, life, and style, so if you're interested, please go ahead and subscribe. I'd super appreciate it. So I have two blazers here. I have this one, and as you can see, they are the exact same blazer, and that is because of Veronica Beard's sizing. In fact, I'm gonna run and get my phone to check the sizes. Okay, I'm back. So the thing about Veronica Beard's sizing is that when they extended their sizing past a 14, the next size 16, was kind of what I expected. It runs just a couple inches or an inch and a half to a couple inches larger than the size 14 below it, but there are a couple of things that were a little bit different. The bust is a 43, but the waist is a 35, and I think most size 16 waists are about a 36, and then the hips are 45, which again is a little bit smaller than what I would expect for a 16. But you kind of really come up with the real problem when it comes to the jump from 16 to 18 and then on into the plus sizes. Pretty common for plus sizes to run just a little bit bigger in between sizes. So instead of being an inch and a half between one size and the next, it's probably like 2 inches, 2.5 inches. But the difference between a size 16 and a size 18 was a lot. When the size 16 came in, I thought it was a little bit tight, and that could be just my measurements. I'm gonna go ahead and say that Veronica Beard runs pretty true to size, maybe a little bit small, and that's just because of the nature of the blazers, and that's the fact that they're very structured. There's not a lot of wiggle room, there's not a lot of stretch, but I didn't feel like I would need an 18 just looking at the measurements. Once I got it in, I kind of thought I would like to try it, and it was sold out. I did some waiting, I kept the tab open, and eventually the size 18 came in stock. And so I ordered that as well, and I have both, and I think I will just go ahead and show them to you. Okay, as you can see, it's a little bit tighter, just harder to get on than you might would want. But here we go. So let me step back some. Okay, and I've just got on faux leather leggings and black t-shirt to really kind of just show the jacket off. But you can see that the arms are a little bit tight, and it was a little bit more of an effort for me to put it on. And then when it comes to buttoning, I could try to button it. I could get this button closed, but I don't want to pop a button since I'm definitely returning this. It just runs a little tight. This part right here, this part fitting in the jacket, not the shoulders and the arms necessarily, but this part I think is great. I think I thought with the measurements, the waist and the hips are just a little bit small, but with 4 inches in between the size 16 and size 18, it wasn't enough to make me want to get it at first. But once I knew this was super tight, I definitely kept my eye out to see if somebody would return a size 18 and it would be back in stock. And I lucked out and was able to pick that up, so I will try that one on for you. Okay, so as you can see, this one is going on a lot easier, and that's just because it's not as tight. The shoulders are a lot looser, but they're not super bad. I can roll them or push them up the way they kind of model them sometimes, so I do like that. I agree with what I thought originally about the sizing chart. It does run a little bit big and like it runs a little bit longer line because of the bagginess. But since oversized blazers are in, I'm a little bit less concerned about that than having a jacket that doesn't fit or is too tight. The reason I decided to just go ahead and order the 18 is also because I knew if I really, really wanted to, this is a very quality piece. The quality is so great with these. I knew that I could order it and get it tailored if I needed to. I'm still kind of on the fence on if I would want to tailor this. I will go ahead and button this. Okay, now I'm on my toes just for this. When it's buttoned, it looks a lot better just because it's pulled more closely together. Off my tippy toes, cannot maintain that. So the reason I want to keep this in a size 18 is because, like I said, I can get it tailored, and then also, even this was kind of an early spring jacket, so even though it's on sale during the summer, it's a little bit heavier. It's not super heavy, it's a little bit heavier. So it'll be really good for fall and even winter, especially in the South. So I can wear long sleeve shirts under this and maybe even like a thicker or just a mid-weight sweater underneath this without worrying about the arms being super tight. And so I think that's a good plus for it, just like the ways that I know I'm going to want to style it. So I'm definitely going to hold off until sweater season to make any big decisions on tailoring, even though I know I can always get it taken in if I need to after the fact. But I don't really want to ruin the integrity or the structure of this jacket by like messing around with it too much. So my thoughts, I think for plus sizes, Veronica Beard may actually run a little bit big, but since I'm on the line, I don't like to advocate super hard for what plus sizing should be like because I usually stick to a lot of straight size stores. And then for straight sizing, in my experience for the size 16, I would say it is probably true to size for most people. I wouldn't size down for sure, but I don't think I would necessarily recommend sizing up unless you're kind of in between. I can be in between sometimes, especially for things that are super structured. And then also I would just look at the measurements and compare to your most, I guess, your favorite structured pieces. If their measurements are off from the blazer measurements, then I would kind of stick with your regular measurements and not pay attention to what the size in the label says for Veronica Beard. Okay, so I hope this was helpful. I knew that this is something I was interested in. I don't live anywhere near a store that sells Veronica Beard, so I had to order them, and then obviously I made the wrong choice to start with, and this is just one of those pieces that I didn't want to miss out on because it was on my fall wish list was to get a Veronica Beard blazer, and I could not have imagined that I would manage to get one on sale at such a great price. And so I'm super happy that I managed to snag this, and I just kind of wanted to share the knowledge of how they fit, their sizing. I am happy with it. I love the quality. The buttons are really great. It has a really great lining with the blue and the gray stripes, and I love kind of like how it skims and just how just put together it looks, like just the same way that a Ballman blazer does it, with the narrowed waist and the wider structured shoulders. It's just so great looking. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope it was helpful. I am so obsessed with this blazer, so I'm happy that I could share it with you.
I don't think we got enough time to sort out all the fights, to sort out all the lies. Oh baby, yeah. There was a part of me that